What is the true cost of a missed opportunity when your championship window is wide open and the entire league knows you have a glaring vulnerability? Welcome back, baseball fans, to your premier destination for elite, insider analysis of the Toronto Blue Jays. Today, we are stepping into the shoes of the general manager to dissect a rapidly developing situation that requires immediate, surgical precision from our front office. The landscape of Major League Baseball shifted dramatically this week with the devastating news out of the National League. Cincinnati Reds electrifying starter Hunter Greene is set to miss extended time with a severe elbow injury. While you never want to see a phenomenal talent go down, the reality of professional sports is that one franchise's absolute nightmare instantly becomes another franchise's strategic leverage. And right now, the Toronto Blue Jays are holding a massive bargaining chip. We are looking at a highly credible, meticulously calculated trade proposal, highlighted by Fansided's Zachary Rotman, that would send our reliable southpaw swingman, Eric Lauer, to the Queen City in a one-for-one player swap for hard-throwing reliever Graham Ashcraft. This is not just a standard mid-season rumor. This is a complex chess match involving roster construction, financial futures, and the relentless pursuit of October baseball. Let us set the stage properly. This past offseason, the Blue Jays ownership authorized a staggering investment, pouring nearly $250 million into fortifying the starting rotation. It was a massive statement of intent, signaling to the fans and the league that Toronto is dead serious about bringing a World Series title back north of the border. However, that monumental spending spree created an immediate logjam at the back end of the rotation, leaving a proven, battle-tested pitcher like Eric Lauer without a designated chair when the music stopped. We are talking about a pitcher who, despite the team's struggles, posted the absolute best earned run average on the entire pitching staff during the high-pressure months of August and September last year. Yet because of the financial commitments made to others, he has been relegated to a swingman role. This creates a fascinating, high-stakes dilemma. Do you keep a starting caliber pitcher in the bullpen as an expensive insurance policy, or do you use him as premium currency to acquire a piece that addresses your most critical, undeniable weakness? The tension in the front office must be palpable right now, because the decision they make regarding Lowour could very well dictate the trajectory of the entire 2026 campaign. To truly appreciate the gravity of this potential transaction, we must dive deep into the psychological and financial realities of a major league clubhouse, specifically focusing on Eric Lauer's current predicament. Historically, whenever a front office mismanages a veteran player entering his free agent walk year, it creates a toxic ripple effect that can fracture locker room chemistry. Lowour is in a highly sensitive position. Just last month, he went through the notoriously grueling arbitration process with the Blue Jays, and he lost. Arbitration hearings are inherently adversarial. The team essentially has to argue why the player is worth less than he believes, which often leaves lingering resentment. Now, compound that bruised ego with the fact that Lowour is set to become an unrestricted free agent after this 2026 season. In the economic ecosystem of Major League Baseball, starting pitchers are compensated exponentially higher than middle relievers. By keeping Lowour trapped in the bullpen, the Blue Jays are inadvertently suppressing his market value and actively costing him millions of dollars on his next contract. Lowour has been crystal clear with the media and the coaching staff. He wants the ball every fifth day. He wants to start. Who wouldn't? He has put in the grueling innings, he has proven his mettle during the stretch run, and he deserves the opportunity to showcase his full arsenal to prospective buyers. Sending him to the Cincinnati Reds is not just a brilliant tactical maneuver. It is an act of professional goodwill. The Reds are in absolute desperation mode following the Hunter Greene injury. Their rotation is in shambles, and they need a veteran presence who can immediately step in, eat valuable innings, and keep their playoff aspirations afloat in a highly competitive National League Central Division. Lowour fits their exact criteria. If the Blue Jays execute this trade, they accomplish two vital things. They solve a roster redundancy, and they send a powerful message to players across the league that Toronto is a first-class organization that treats its veterans with respect and helps them maximize their careers. In the cutthroat world of free agency, that reputation is worth its weight in gold. Conversely, if they force Lowour to languish in the bullpen, they risk dealing with a frustrated, unmotivated player whose discontent could easily bleed into the daily fabric of the team. The historical precedent is clear. You do not want a disgruntled veteran in a contract year taking up space in a championship contending clubhouse. Now, let us pivot our analytical lens to the incredible return the Blue Jays would receive in this proposed blockbuster, Graham Ashcraft. If you want to talk about maximizing asset management and manipulating the salary cap to your advantage, this is a masterclass. By trading Eric Lauer, a player on an expiring contract who will likely walk away for nothing at the end of the year, Toronto would acquire 3 full years of club control over Ashcraft. That is 3 years of a cost-controlled, high-leverage bullpen arm, which is arguably the most sought-after commodity in modern baseball. Let us look at the underlying metrics, because the traditional stats do not tell the whole story. Over his 4-year MLB career, Ashcraft holds a 4.76 ERA, and in 2025, he posted a flat 4.00 ERA over 66 appearances. But if you look under the hood at his advanced analytics, you see a completely different, terrifyingly effective pitcher. Last season, Ashcraft recorded a sparkling 2.72 FIP, fielding independent pitching. For the uninitiated, FIP isolates a pitcher's performance from the defense behind him, focusing solely on strikeouts, walks, and home runs. It is the truest measure of dominance. And speaking of home runs, Ashcraft allowed a microscopic total of 2 home runs across 65.1 innings of work. Let that sink in. In an era dominated by launch angles, exit velocities, and power hitters trying to elevate the baseball, Ashcraft possesses the elite ability to keep the ball in the yard. He throws incredibly hard, utilizing a devastating sinker-cutter combination that generates weak, ground ball contact. Imagine the tactical advantage this gives manager John Schneider. The American League East is a gauntlet of hitter-friendly bandboxes like Yankee Stadium and Camden Yards. Having a reliever who neutralizes the long ball is an absolute necessity. Furthermore, Ashcraft brings invaluable versatility. He has legitimate starting experience from earlier in his career. If a Blue Jays starter gets shelled in the 3rd inning, Ashcraft can come in and give you 3 shutdown innings to save the rest of the bullpen. Alternatively, he can be deployed in the 8th inning to extinguish a bases-loaded fire. If the front office ignores this opportunity, and the current bullpen blows a string of 1-run games in July, the media scrutiny will be relentless. They will be crucified for hoarding starting depth while the relief corps burned to the ground. Acquiring Ashcraft is the ultimate proactive strike to ensure this $250 million rotation doesn't go to waste. In conclusion, the proposed player swap sending Eric Lauer to the Cincinnati Reds in exchange for Graham Ashcraft represents a rare, perfectly balanced equation in the chaotic mathematics of Major League Baseball. We have thoroughly examined the strategic necessity of this move, from the psychological relief of granting Lauer his rightful spot in a starting rotation during his critical walk year, to the immense tactical upgrade Ashcraft would provide to a vulnerable Toronto bullpen. The front office has already pushed their chips to the center of the table with their $250 million investment in the starting staff. But as any seasoned baseball historian will tell you, a dominant rotation only gets you to the 7th inning. It is an elite shutdown bullpen that actually secures the Commissioner's Trophy in October. Naturally, a move of this magnitude has the fan base deeply divided, creating a fascinating debate across social media. One faction of the fan base, let's call them the depth hoarders, is absolutely terrified of trading away starting pitching. They look at the grueling 162-game schedule, remember the injury plagues of seasons past, and believe that keeping Lauer as an overqualified insurance policy is the only way to survive the summer. On the other side of the aisle, the bullpen fixers are practically begging the front office to finalize this paperwork yesterday. They are haunted by the blown saves of last season and recognize that adding a ground ball specialist with a 2.72 FIP and 3 years of team control is a monumental steal. This is the essence of championship-level roster management. You have to be willing to trade from a position of surplus to address a fatal flaw, even if it makes you slightly uncomfortable. The Cincinnati Reds are wounded, desperate, and motivated to make a deal right now. The Blue Jays cannot afford to let this window of opportunity close. Now, I want to turn this complex debate over to you, the most intelligent and passionate fans in the sport. Where do you stand on this potential blockbuster? Do you value the safety net of keeping Eric Lauer, or do you pull the trigger to bring Graham Ashcraft's heavy sinker to Toronto? Head down to the comments section right now and give me your detailed trade grades and tactical breakdowns. I read every single perspective. If you appreciate this level of deep professional baseball analysis, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss our exclusive coverage. We are tracking every rumor and every pitch all season long. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, keep your passion for the game burning bright.